What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Ethan Horror, this is Ethan Horror, and today we're looking at all 9 Evil Bong movies. I'm gonna rank them all. So I wanted to do a fun video because, from what I can tell, you guys liked the Leprechaun ranking, and that was a bunch of crappy movies ranked. So I found another crappy franchise, which Evil Bong is that franchise, and, then I realized I had to watch all of these. Yeah, so, they're not good. I wanted to do a fun video because I had seen one of these. And I was like, dang, that's actually kind of fun. It's, it's a fun ride. It's not good, but it's fun. Yeah, most of them are just not good. And, let's just waste no time, get right into it. Yay.
Here's Johnny.
Oh, it's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Hey guys, Ethan from the editing chair. I realized that I forgot to, throughout all of the movies, forget to mention the one most consistent part of the Evil Bong movies, and that is the title song. The song that plays over the opening credits, because that is the most consistently good thing throughout this franchise. I genuinely looked forward to hearing that song again. It's the same song throughout all 8 of them, but I look forward to listening to it every time because it actually sounded good, and it was the only good part about a lot of the movies. So, I just want to mention that. So, shout out to whoever wrote that song. That's actually a good part. Okay, coming in at number 9, the worst Evil Bong movie for me is going to be Evil Bong 888 Infinity High. The newest one, the one from 2022. Wow. This movie is possibly the most boring film I've ever watched in my entire life. It is just such a drag to get through. It's about Rabbit, who is one of the only reoccurring characters throughout each Evil Bong movie besides the Bong herself. He's the only one that has been in all of them. And he opens up a restaurant. You've seen him open up a weed store, and you've seen him open up a bowling alley. And now you get to see him open up a restaurant in an Evil Bong movie. Yeah, and it's just kind of about him serving people at the restaurant, and the Evil Bong's there, but she's not evil. She's helping him cook. The Evil Bong is helping him cook for his restaurant. And then the last 5 minutes, you realize, Rabbit's getting arrested, and here's Larnell in a cameo, one of the few characters from the original that actually stuck through it. And then they all just get trapped in Bong World. I don't know what they were trying to do, but everything failed. It's not even a fun movie. Some of these Evil Bong movies, it's like, oh, it's fun because it's so bad it's good. No, this one's just boring and it has nothing going for it. There's no plot. There is no plot. It is literally just him serving people at a restaurant. And at the end, she traps everyone in Bong World, and it's over. There's no plot. There's no story, no plot, no character development. And, to top it all off, not only is the Evil Bong not evil, which she isn't for most of these movies, she is helping him, and they used a CGI face on the Bong.
Usually it's a practical. It's got a practical face and a practical bong. But for some reason this time they were like, all right, let's make it move a little bit more instead of just, installing animatronics, like would have made it look a little bit better. They CGI the face on. So it looks like crap the entire movie. Not that their CGI has ever looked good. That's why I'm just saying it should have stayed practical. Because you know that your CGI always looks horrendous. And to ruin your title villain is something that most horror movies that's a crime that most horror movies will never commit, even like bad sequels. Like Seed of Chucky, for what it's worth, it didn't ruin Chucky, but you ruined Evil Bong, the one good part about this franchise. All right, now we're moving on to number 8, Evil Bong 420. This movie is 50 minutes long, and it is possibly the worst movie I've ever seen. It's not boring. That's why you get a little bit of an edge up. But it is still a horrendous movie. It is still a half-star movie. Like, Rabbit decides to open a bowling alley. Okay? Alright, let's see where this is gonna go. You know where it's gonna go? Absolutely nowhere. Guess what happened in the last movie where he's just serving customers at a restaurant? Guess what? He's just helping people at a bowling alley now, but at least they're smoking. Like, that's the whole point of the franchise. At least they're doing it in this movie. And you get all these side characters, but like, again, there's no plot. There's no story. The only thing you get is that Felicity and Sarah are fighting over Larnell. And then, oh, boom, 10 minutes towards the end, oh, here's Ginger Dead Man, the worst part of this entire franchise, and the Evil Bong. Ginger Dead Man does stuff for like 5 minutes, and then the Evil Bong traps them in Bong World in the last couple minutes. So, yeah. It's the exact same movie as I just talked about, just like a little bit more fun, because it's at a bowling alley, and some of the characters are fun to watch. So, yeah. By the way, I did find my hat, my Tennessee hat. I just felt like the beanie was, fitting for this one. Anyway, moving on to number 7, Evil Bong 666. So help me God, this movie is also one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Because guess what again? Nothing happens. This movie has the slightest bit of story. It is about Lucy Fur. Her name is Lucy, last name Fur. Lucifer, get it? Trying to trap people in horny hell. Sexy hell. So that she can go there herself. There's no story. It's just kind of about her helping people at her weed shop for the first 50 minutes. And then the last 10 minutes, she gets our leading characters, which is Rabbit and Betty Boop. I don't know. And they trap him in hell, and then it forces Rabbit and the Evil Bong, yet again, the Evil Bong, to team up with our protagonists again to help take down the villain. And guess what? You don't even get the fun of like the first 3 movies, because the villain is just a person. So this movie sucks, and it has the Ginger Dead Man in one of the leading roles, and I hate him so much. And now they introduce Weedy. Somehow they made a character worse than the Ginger Dead Man, more annoying. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get to the next movie, Evil Bong 777. But so help me God. At the very least, I would hope your movie titled Evil Bong has an evil bong. Instead, it has a sentient bong that helps out this protagonist. And yeah, this introduces our third character, played by I'll put her name on the screen. Actually, she plays 4 characters in this series. Yeah, that's beyond me how that makes sense, because guess what? She plays the character in the original Evil Bong, Luann, the annoying girlfriend, and she plays that character 3 times in the first 3 Evil Bong movies. Then she plays Sarah in Ginger Dead Man vs. Evil Bong, which is the character she played in the original Ginger Dead Man. And instead of just explaining that, it's just, nope, that's Sarah. And then Sarah is in 420 and High Five. And then, get this, she's gone. A new character is introduced, played by the same actress, who is Fox Batty Boop. And then get this, she plays that character for 6 and 7, and in 8, she plays her 4th character, Kendra. So don't even bother, because like it's the same person. And even in this movie, Evil Bong 666, or not Evil Bong 666. We'll talk about that when we get to 777. So just keep going with this. Moving on to number 6, we have Evil Bong High Five. I forgot to mention Larnell. You know that character that's in the first 5 and I guess first 6 technically. He just changes. Like the first 3 movies, he's like a stoner, really stupid, and then in the third, and then in from Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong into the other 2, he's like this cool ladies man. Like, where did that come from? He was this like stupid character who was just a stoner. Like that was his whole personality. And now I don't know. But Evil Bong High Five picks up directly where Evil Bong 420 left off, where she kidnaps all of them in the Bong world. And you know what this movie's about? This movie's about EB, the Evil Bong, sparing their lives by forcing them to open up a bong shop again. And this time, if they don't make $1 million, she's gonna kill them or trap them in Bong World forever, or because she wants to take over the world. So she has them sell their weed, her weed, and she forces them to sell this weed, make $1 million. So there's no conflict the entire time, because they're just, again, selling weed. They're just selling. They're just doing the same thing they do in all of these movies, except to the exact same people they sell stuff to at the bowling alley. So you know those people at the bowling alley that we met? Guess what? It's the same people. So you don't even get any new things at this. And then guess what? It's the same people again in part 6, and part 7, and even part 8. They're the same people, so you never get anything new, because it's the exact same people every time. So you get no variety. That was the part that was like what made it fun, was you get to see all these different people. Nope, it's the exact same people. So this is what starts the trend, and then at the end, the Bong is defeated in her one of the only times where she's the actual villain of the movie. I don't even remember. She's defeated because Rabbit sucks her and Larnell into his head. And boom, everyone's safe, everyone's alive, yay! God, please end my suffering. Coming in number 5, Evil Bong 2, King Bong. Now, the first 3 Evil Bong movies, I'm gonna be honest, I have a little bit of fun with. Because it's the same 3 people. Or 4 people? It's Larnell, the nerdy guy, the stoner guy, and the jock guy. It's all 4 of them, and they're pretty fun to see on screen. They're funny. Like, they're genuinely funny sometimes because of how the movie is played. This movie is terrible, though. It kind of takes the grandpa character, Larnell's grandpa, and makes him one of the main characters. Introduces Felicity, which is an alright character. I wouldn't say any of the characters in any of these movies are good. And it brings back Rabbit, who is terrible in this one, and it introduces a new Bong. This is what I like, is when the villain is also a Bong. because it's kind of funny because like it's a king Bong now, and but like the evil Bong is no longer EB. It is now the king Bong because EB again is a hero, is an anti-hero. They literally team up with EB so that they can take down King Bong. And I don't like the part where like this King Bong is like messing with them mentally. So like, the jock guy is getting really fat. Larnell is getting really horny, I think. And the stoner guy, he's sleeping all the time? Yeah. Like, I don't really like that part. That's why it's lower. But I do have a little bit of fun with this one at least. I mean, it's in, where is it? It's in some sort of jungle. I forgot where it is. Like, it's fine. It's fine. That's all you're gonna get. Coming in at number 3, another movie I don't like, but there is some entertainment values. Evil Bong 3, Wrath of Bong, the last movie with the 4 original characters. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, it's pretty terrible. And now, I think they recasted the Alistair character in the last movie. They recast him again. It's a different person again, and they also recast the jock guy in this one, I think. So now it's just the stoner guy and Larnell, who, you know, they're probably the 2 best characters out of the 4. But so I do kind of like them, but then they bring back Grandpa again as like a big character, and I hate Grandpa. Like, and he has like this alien assistant. I hate that as well. But this time there's another Bong. There's a third Bong, and it is an alien Bong from outer space. That's a funny concept. That's a movie that could be so bad it's good, and it is so bad it's good. I like the stuff that happens at the Bong shop because there's actually a conflict. The whole time they're like, oh my god, there's this Bong, and it's evil, it's possessed. And then, but again, the same thing happens. They go find Evie, and she helps them defeat this new Bong. So that part kind of sucks. And there is a so this alien plans to take over the world. Might you ask, how does this alien Bong that crash landed from a meteorite onto outer space plan to take over the world? Well, I'll tell you. It's here to and use your. Yeah, it's all censored. Trust me, you don't want to know. You don't.
Ethan back again from the editing chair. My hair looks horrible right now, but we are here to talk about the next movie. I decided while I was editing this to swap my 4 and my 3. So originally, you might have noticed I said number 3 about Evil Bong 3. That was right, but it is now my number 4, because my number 3, which you'll see when I talk about it, it started to grow on me, I'm going to be honest. I thought about it for a little bit while I was editing this, and I think it deserves the number 3 spot. So let's just get right to it.
These top 4 have some redeeming qualities about them. So, number 4, I have Evil Bong 777. Now, about half of this movie is horrendous and makes me want to gouge my eyes out, and half of it is the fun Evil Bong stuff that I like. You know, the stuff that happens at the hotel, for the most part, I like. I like it for the most part. Then they leave the hotel, and then they reintroduce Lucifer in the last 10 minutes, and they're at this, like, haunted house with all these horror movie stuff, and I like that set, because it's got all, like, the horror movie memorabilia and stuff, and I just like pointing out that stuff, so that's kind of fun, too. And then, it introduces a new character that I forgot to mention in Hive, or was it Evil Bong 666, introduces a new character that I kind of like. It's the, like, sorcerer, you know, like when you're at like a carnival or something, there's like that person like, I'll tell you the future. That's one of those characters, and she's actually pretty good in this. I kind of liked her, but then they brought back Batty Boop or whatever she is, and I don't like her. And Rabbit, I never like him, and he's like the protagonist for half of these movies, and I don't like him at all. He's just, I just hate him. I hate him. But and then this one doesn't have the ginger dead man, but it does have two other ginger dead men. It's a like they use like his body to make a girl and a guy one. They're just as annoying, but they're not on screen for as much. And we get to see Weedy, possibly the worst character ever created, a lot in this movie, and I hate him every time he's on screen. But otherwise, I guess you get to see him in Las Vegas. You get to see him at a hotel. You get to see him at that museum at the end. I like the settings in this movie, and I like one of the characters in this movie. And this one also has the weird thing where Phoebe has been in the franchise. She was in 4 and 5. She wasn't in 6 because Lucifer is played by the same person. And now they're both in this movie. They're like twin sisters, but they're both in this movie. I don't know. But it's weird. And there's also like no conflict or problem. It's fun. That's why it's a little bit higher. But there's no story. There's no conflict. Like sometimes there's like conflict because it's like, oh no, we're gonna get taken by the evil Bong. There's none. Because they don't even know Lucifer is after them until she shows up in the last 10 minutes, and then they just take her out in the last, like, and literally, I counted, it takes them 5 seconds to defeat her. So, yeah, that's Evil Bong 777. Moving on to number 2. I'm gonna go with the original Evil Bong. Now, these top 2, this is what I like about the Evil Bong movies. I kind of spoiled myself because these were the first 2 Evil Bong movies I watched, my top 2. It's all downhill from there. But I like the first one. I think it is a fun, enjoyable, so bad it's good movie. And I love it. Like, it feels super full moon. You get the antics with the 4 guys. It's a little bit boring at times because they're not really doing much. But you see how this Bong that they bought slowly becomes evil, and they slowly start getting, like, killed. And then they end up having to go into the Bong at the end. And I do like Tommy Chong's cameo where he comes in and tries to destroy the Bong. I think it's a fun movie. I think it's probably should be my number 1, but I do have a little bit more fun with my number 1. It's probably the best movie of the list, but I wouldn't say that I love all of it. And then there's all the things I did mention, but then Luann is a annoying character, and I hate her. I do kind of like Alistair's love interest, but otherwise, you get Grandpa. You get actually the part with Grandpa in this is kind of funny. He's like dating this like 80-year-old woman, and that's kind of funny. And then Rabbit, this is the one time where Rabbit's okay because he's in it for like 10 seconds, and in that 10 seconds, I hate him. But why they decided to make him the lead character in most of the movies is beyond me, but I think it's just because he was the only actor that they could get to be in all these movies, except for the girl who plays Luann, Sarah, Kendra, and Fox Betty Boop. So, it's a fun movie. Not good, but I have fun with it. And it's the only one of the franchise that I own, so. But coming in at number 1, I know I just said I despise the Ginger Dead Man, which I do. But my number 1 is going to be Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong. If you check my letterbox, which I've told you about numerous times, it's Ethan Horror, so it's not going to be very hard to find it. I wrote a review about this one saying that I think it is a horrible movie, but it is a fun, horrible movie. It doesn't even feel like the part that I love about the Evil Bong movies is that they feel sincere, like they're trying to make movies, not like Sharknado where they're trying to make movies that are so bad they're good. They're just trying to make bad movies, and sometimes they do turn out to be so bad they're good. Most of the time they're just bad, but sometimes they do turn out to be so bad they're good. And that is the case with this one. Everything that happens at the weed shop, I actually like the part where they're like selling weed to all these customers, because this is the first time you're seeing all these different people, these different unique characters coming into the bong shop, and it's Larnell, so he's got some charisma. He's selling the stuff to them. I actually kind of like that. I actually kind of dig that. And then you have EB who's tied up, and you know, I don't know what tying up the evil Bong is gonna do, but I I guess they bring back Rabbit. He kind of has a bigger role this time. This is when I start to not like him, when he starts to get a bigger role, but he's fine. Yeah, and then this is when they introduce Sarah, this character played by the same actress from the original, not a, but actually from the Ginger Dead Man universe, and she has the bad part of the movie, which is the Ginger Dead Man side of the movie. I hate everything that has to do with him. I hate everything that has to do with the Ginger Dead Man. I hate him. I hate all the people he's around. Sarah is an alright character, but if it means cutting her out of the movie, takes out Ginger Dead Man, then sure. And sure, when the Ginger Dead Man and Evie are talking and they're arguing, that is kind of funny, but otherwise, like, it's a bad movie, but it's a fun bad movie. It is. I had so much fun watching this movie, and I had so much fun watching it for the first time. Another little complaint is the guy who works at the bong shop with Larnell. I hate his voice. I know it, if it is real, then I'm sorry, but if it sounds like a voice effect. So it's the same guy who plays the devil in parts 6 and 7. So but otherwise, yeah, it's a fun movie. I like the top two. The rest of them wouldn't recommend watching. But hey, I watched all 9 of them so that you don't have to. That's going to be it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to hit like and subscribe so you won't miss any more videos like it. Otherwise, hit the bell so you'll be notified when I post brand new videos. And if you want to see more content from me sooner, then you can go down to my channel, click on it if you're a horror fan or a Walking Dead fan. There will be another video in there that you'll enjoy. I'm sure of it. And until next time, you can comment down below some more video ideas, and I'll see you guys all next time.